everyone, my name is Valerie. I'm a guide in 100 Spire city tours, and as you can see, Prague is covered in snow, but it's also really cold, which means we cannot shoot a long historical video, but we are gonna talk about something really interesting, and it's going to be 7 misconceptions tourists have about Prague. Let's go. Prague is not in Czech Republic. Yes, many people believe that such a beautiful city cannot be a part of a country they barely heard of. Surely it must be somewhere in Germany or in Russia. Guess what? Many people also confuse Czech Republic with Chechnya. These are 2 very different destinations. Please check your airplane tickets before you board. Many believe that Prague is a very small city. Maybe it's because they haven't heard much about it as opposed to other cities like Paris, Moscow or London. So yeah, these people are very surprised when they come here and they discover that Prague is huge. Yes, it is true that if you decide to walk from one side of historical city center to another side, it will take you around 15 minutes, not more. But surely it will take you longer if you decide to walk from one side of Prague to the other. Communism did not finish. Once I received a question on my tour, are you allowed to choose your occupation here? Which of course I did not understand it, so I had to ask what did the person mean by that. To my great surprise, they told me, well, since it is still a communist country, are you allowed a freedom of choice here? Yeah, I've got news for you. Velvet Revolution happened in 1989, which means the communist regime is already over. Finito. People here are really poor. Yes, some people think that since this country is a post-communist country, people that live here must be really poor. Well, to their great surprise, when they take their first walk through the old town of Prague and see Porsche, Rolls-Royce, G-Wagons parked next to Prada store, they feel really tricked. So yeah, people here got bills. Because of its communist history and connection to the Eastern Bloc, many people believe that Prague, Czech Republic, is part of Eastern Europe. Well, if we actually look at the map, we'll discover that we are located in Central Europe, and Prague is more Western than Vienna. What a surprise! Another misconception along the same lines is that everything here is really cheap. Well, that depends on where do you come from, what's your background. I would compare prices in Prague to prices in Berlin. So yeah, it's definitely not that cheap. Many people believe that you will come here and just for a couple of bucks you will get yourself a mansion with servants and unlimited food supplies. No, that happens only in the movie Eurotrip.
$1.83 American. What are we gonna get with that?
If you are an experienced traveler, you probably came across the statement that Prague is like a second Amsterdam, that we have strip clubs and coffee shops and red light districts everywhere here. I'm afraid it is more complicated than that. When it comes to strip clubs, there is only one street in the city center of Prague where you can find a couple of those. I will not be able to tell you much more about that topic. So, moving on to illegal substances, it is definitely illegal to sell drugs here. So it's not like Amsterdam. But sometimes you walk around the city center and you see these small stores with pot plant on it. All of that, guys, is not the real stuff. It's just there to trick you. It's all CBD. When it comes to red light districts, there is a couple of streets in the city center that I would say can be qualified as a red light district, but it's definitely not like the one in Amsterdam, which is an attraction on its own. So don't expect anything like that. And definitely, not every girl in Prague that you see on the street at night is a prostitute. Yeah, be careful about that. Otherwise you'll get punched in the face for asking a wrong question. That's it, guys. These misconceptions get stronger the further away you live from here. So if you're German, Polish, or Austrian and you've been watching this video thinking the whole time, no way somebody says that, that's only because you are very familiar with us. If you live further away from here, some of these things might have been surprising to find out for you. Well, another reason to come visit us. So subscribe to our channel, like this video, and we will be looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye!